Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's guest is a content creator. He is a model, he is a presenter, and probably the nicest person that you will ever meet. And no, I'm not interviewing myself. It's none other than Moeed. Woo!
You're selling people a dream,
what do you mean, bro?
You're selling people
I bought
dream.
I bought it, so here we are, bro.
Boy, I'm a good salesman.
How are you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you. You've chirped me up with that. It's been a long day, but I feel good.
I can imagine. I'm sorry to drag you here. And
don't be silly, man. When you hollered me, I was like, Tash, OG from back in the day. I love to see my people shine, so it's a privilege to be here.
No, thank you, bro. It's funny because I don't think people know, A, how long we've known each other for, and B, how exactly we know each other.
I think in life, you know, you have those people that you just like cross paths with, and not through like those mainstream avenues that will remain a main character in your life, but will always be there, you know?
Yeah,
and you're constantly checking in on each other and seeing how people are doing. And when I see your stuff, and I'm sure it's the same with other people, when you see this stuff, it just puts a little smile on your face because you see the progression, you know, because we met years ago on Carnaby Street. I worked in Size, Vans. You worked in TNF, the North Face.
Wait, was you working at Size as well at the same time?
No, first I was in Size, then I moved to Vans. On Carnaby Street, which is now closed, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, Vans is closed now. I walk past. I don't go those ends. I avoid them at all costs.
Just trauma.
But yeah, nah. Also because you just see all those people with the microphones asking you stupid questions on Carnaby Street.
I mean, that might be me one day. Who
knows? Nah. You'd ask questions of substance.
True.
Yeah, these men do not ask questions of substance. But yeah, I walked past and Vans was closed. But yeah, that's when we met. You worked in North Face and I worked in Vans, and they're both under the same umbrella company of
VF.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I remember like it was yesterday, man. I just remember, I think I must have came in like trying to sort some kind of discount. And obviously at the time I didn't know you specifically, but like I just knew that obviously because it was under the same umbrella company, I was like, surely if I just walk in there and someone, surprisingly, a lot of people in Vans were stingy as hell.
Really?
Bro, they were stingy, man. They were stingy with their discount.
So you couldn't use your discount in my store?
No, not at the time. We could only use our discount in our store. And at the time, despite the fact I'd been at the company for more than 6 months, I didn't have my discount card.
Swear, because I know at some point I was going to your store and just using my VF card.
Yeah, no, you couldn't at the time. And also I remember, because remember, before you had your card, you can just go on the system. You can go on the system, search up the name. I work for the company. It is what it is. Mate, they weren't having none of it.
Boy, I just remember your manager being evil, bro. That's what I remember, man. That lady.
Well, your manager? Your
manager, man.
She was cool. What do you mean?
The shaved head, the short hair.
Yeah.
Nah, she was evil to me, man.
What?
I got there at 4 a.m. once. It was a mastermind TNF collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
With I remember, because I wanted a Nupsy, a camo Nupsy so badly.
Yeah.
And then one came out, and then she was just, the whole thing was a palaver, man.
You know what? That was, dare I say it, that was bad management. I don't think she had anticipated how...
Yeah, but she wouldn't listen to me, that's why. Because obviously I did all the drops at Size.
Yeah.
So we did raffles. What they did is they had all the young kids. I felt very bad for them queuing up. Then all the big men just jumped in the front of the queue. Yeah. She let everyone buy like 5 items, and by the 10th person, everything was gone.
There was, and it's funny because that actually effed up the street value of it. Because, you know, the people who were trying to get like 1 or 2 couldn't get anything because it was like, it was peak. I mean, to me, she was great. I can't lie. She will go down as one of my greatest managers.
Okay, fair. You know what? I can't judge someone on one instance.
That was bad management. Don't get me wrong. That particular drop was bad management.
I just had a grudge because I really wanted that Nupsy.
You wanted the Nupsy,
and I got there like 4 a.m.
But they didn't even sell the way they were supposed to, though.
Oh no, I could probably buy one now for like just retail.
Literally like 150 or something.
But anyway, we digress.
Trust. Anyway, I want to go all the way back. So like way before I knew you. Obviously you're a public advocate for people living with Crohn's disease. And so what was life like before your diagnosis?
Mad. So I got diagnosed at 19. So yeah, I live with Crohn's disease, inflammatory bowel disease. You're 19 now, man. Boy, mentally maybe. Physically, boy, I'm not 19. Physically, the knees, man, the back, the shoulders, the neck. So I've had symptoms since I was like 10 years old.
Really?
But I only got diagnosed when I was 19, yeah. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster journey for sure. When I was young, I used to get like a lot of pains and bleeding when I went to the toilet, which was mad. And yeah, this was like the 2000 when it started happening. And then it went away, and then I started getting loads of like cuts and things in my mouth, which was crazy. And then that went away, and then I started to get pain in my abdominal area when I was like 19 years old. I was at university, and then from there I got all the tests done in the hospital. I was going to the hospital constantly at this time, but they had never been diagnosed. was only when I was like 19, then over the course of like 3 months and multiple tests, like colonoscopies and endoscopies and biopsies, they came to the conclusion that I had this thing called Crohn's disease. And I was like, oh, okay, what's this? Like, what's the cure? But obviously quite naive because there's no cure, right? So it was just about kind of navigating that space now and this whole new like thing that I've been dealt. And it's been a roller coaster, my bro. It's been a madness. It's been a madness.
I can imagine. And the reason why I asked, and I guess the reason why I asked there is because the person that I met when you was probably like, 26, maybe.
Yeah, 26,
probably,
yeah.
Right about 26.
Yeah, so that's literally, I had the surgery when I was at Size and then I moved to Vans.
Okay. So around that time. And off the bat, like you came with such an energy that, like, I don't know, almost bounced off my own, because I know that I can sometimes, with some people who are accepting to it, can be like, oh, Tash is good vibes, you get me? And I got that immediately from you. So to me, like the idea of you having, I guess, such a turbulent background, such a turbulent past, or at least having such a turbulent period in your life, for some reason that you never showed any signs of that, you feel me? So I guess, like, before I go into post-surgery, what was that period like running up to your surgery?
I think people often say that about me, about this whole energy thing. And I think everyone has these experiences in life that really like characterize you and cement the kind of person you want to be. It's character building, as they say, like a TV show, right?
Yes.
You go through these experiences and you see the character development and you see them like, just become this person that they're meant to be, right? And with me, so I was, at the time, my life was horrible. So just before I met you, I had a multitude of different things going on in terms of the Crohn's disease. So Crohn's disease is an inflammatory bowel disease. So you have a lot of inflammation in your body. So they put you on this medication that is an anti-inflammatory. So it reduces inflammation, but simultaneously it's an immunosuppressant. So your immune system is suppressed and you're like catching other things.
Off the common flu, bro.
Oh my days, man. So I got like tuberculosis as well.
Oh.
Yeah, mad. So I had like this like tube in my lung, like draining fluid out. It was mental. And at the same time, I had these things called the worst thing ever. I had abscesses, like loads of abscesses basically, and they were just like oozing like random gunk. And so I had all these things happening, and now I'm just like, bruh, my life is so dead.
Yeah.
I don't want to swear, but yeah, my life was dead. And so I'm sitting there in the hospital, like I've just had like another abscess drained, and I'm just lying there like, yo, what is my life? I'm 24. I was 24 at the time. You as humans, you always tend to like compare yourself to other people, right?
Of course.
So I'm in my mind, I'm visualizing all my friends and what they're doing, and I'm just like, yo, man, why is my life so dead? Like, this is not good. I'm not happy. So I had to do that was my first like G check to myself. I was like, yo, like, what do you want to do? And then at this point, I was having like more tests, and then the doctors proposed like, yo, maybe you need to have some surgery because right now things are not looking good. Yeah. So before the NHS offer you surgery, they go for like a multitude of different medications just to make sure. Surgery is always the last option. But at this point, like, I'd exhausted every option, every avenue. So they're like, yo, you might have to have stoma surgery, like this bag. I was like, no. I remember I cried, bro. I was on my own in the hospital. I was like, are you mad? Have this like thing that's attached to me. But then that was my second G check of my life, because I was like, yo, like your life is dead right now. You're not happy.
Pick one, bro.
Boy, what do you want, man?
This or the bag.
It's like, is it worth trying? And at the time they were talking about it being like a 2-year temporary thing. So I was like, yo, I need to try this, man, because I'm not happy. I was like, I had to like, again, a lot of introspection. Are you happy with the direction your life is going in? Are you doing the things you want to do? Are you achieving the things you want to achieve? Are you living the life you want to live? And the answer was like a resounding no for all of them.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yo, let's do this then. It was like, literally try a thing, man, try a thing. So over the next year, so this was like December 2014, and then December 2015, I had the surgery. So I had a lot of like mental prep time. So by the time the surgery date came along, I was like, yo,
let's do it.
Spudding like the anaesthetist and like saying, yo, I'm ready to do this. I was like, enjoy yourself. Like,
enjoy
have
yourself.
fun. Like, I was like, just have a ball.
Cut what you need to cut. Just
chop that thing out, swing it around. And then it was just about kind of getting used to it in essence. So I had the surgery at the end of 2015, which is, this December this year will be 10 years, man. I can't believe it.
Time will fly, bro.
I can't believe
Time will fly. And so what was life like post-surgery, like immediately after, like a few months afterwards?
So things definitely got worse before they got better.
Really?
Yeah, your body's getting used to this whole change, right? You got like little freaking things sticking out your belly. So for those who don't know, obviously who are watching, I had an ileostomy, like a loop ileostomy. So in essence, what that is obviously your large intestine and your small intestine and your large intestine are one long tube. So what they did with me is just before my large intestine, they looped. So they got my intestine, they looped it. They put a cut in it and they poke that through your abdomen. So now when I eat, it comes out here before it continues in the tube. Yeah,
of course.
So now I've got like a little bit of my intestine sticking out my body.
Party trick.
Yeah. Boy, if anyone's from the 90s, baby, Earthworm Jim, it looks like a little Earthworm Jim. Yeah, it's like a little thing, just like...
Stop doing that.
Yeah, so, bruv, sometimes I'm looking at it and I'm just like, yo, this thing is just nuts. It just moves.
Really?
But it's got no nerve ending, so I can't feel anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just moves around, and obviously that's when my doo-doo comes out into this little bag I've got here. My swag bag, I call it.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, listen, I feel like you've managed to take something like this head on and spin it in a way that I don't think most people can, if I'm honest. Like, I mean, listen, like there are people who are already struggling with the state of the climate as it currently is, you know, let alone having to go through surgery and go through 10 plus years of like hospital appointments and all that kind of other stuff. Like, so what is the thing that keeps you sane?
Boy, nothing, man.
Are you sane?
Boy, that's a good question, man. I probably need to get checked. That's a difficult one, man, because the state of affairs in the world right now can make anybody question reality. You know?
Peak, bro.
It's nuts right now, man. It's crazy. You know, what keeps me sane? I'm just grateful, to be honest. I'm grateful for the position I'm in. You know, I can walk, I can talk. By looking at me, you can't really see much.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got like an invisible condition. So, yeah, like I said, I can see, I can taste food, I can touch, I can talk, I can walk, my body's functioning. So ultimately, like, what keeps me going is like gratitude, I suppose. The fact that I could be getting bombed right now, my legs blown to smithereens, but I'm here, you know. I was lucky because I was born in London compared to other people, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gratitude. Ultimately, also, like, I've always wanted to just help people, and just I feel like the world is there to be explored, and I want to meet people that I've never met before and eat food and that I've never eaten before and jump in every sea on the planet. You know, these are things that I've always wanted to do. So like that ultimate goal is going to be difficult because I'm at that stage now where I really want to settle down and like find a wife. Yeah. So it's like finding someone who like aligns with that, wants to just travel the world.
I mean, I don't doubt for a second. I don't know for a second you can find that, bro.
I mean, again, anyone out there watching this, holler at your boy.
We're doing dates on TashTalk now. We're doing dates, speed dating. Like, no, honestly, because when you think about the state of the economy, the state, and this is just like on our own land, let alone when you go on social media and you see what the hell's going on around the world. Like, I'm definitely in a position right now where I'm like, this isn't it. So I'm already looking at options elsewhere. Yeah, you get me? So trust me, I don't doubt for a second that there are other people who are doing the same thing. In hindsight, how do you feel about that whole process, that whole 10-year process up until now? Necessary, I would say. Before we go into my hair looking alright, yeah? Of course, bro. You've always had the best hair, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm so conscious of it. He's always like... I'm so conscious of it. But in terms of that process, I think everyone needs to go through, like I mentioned earlier, some sort of character development in life. It really toughens you up. Like, I'm grateful for like the area I grew up in. Like, I can code switch quite easily. Yeah. I use a lot of slang, but it might not seem like it right now. But maybe as I ease into it, and obviously that allows you to have like the whole streetwise, street smart kind of element to life, where there's people that I know that are just not very savvy when it comes to that, and you need to know like how to deal with certain scenarios and situations. And I suppose that is spread across like that whole decade that I'm talking about. You know, I feel like off the back of like being diagnosed and learning how to deal with this new scenario, I've definitely gathered or like gained a really big appreciation of just like the small things in life, appreciating each day as it comes. But simultaneously, I'm very reckless in terms of, not in a negative way, but as in like, if I want to do something, I'm just going to do it. Absolutely. So I'm a big risk taker. Yeah. I don't really think about what may happen. I'm like, if I want to try this, I'm just going to try it. And then I'll find out anyway. I'm definitely like the oldest child, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the oldest of four. And I'm definitely that kid that would just like, let me bang my head against this wall and see what happens. Let me put my finger in this socket and see what happens. That's me, man. So again, this is just something I've learned. Like, I'm grateful to be here, you know, because a lot of people, man,
I know people that have like passed away from having the same condition as me, you know, or ultimately have just been crumbled to the point of like just can't do anything. They can't do anything, you know. So I take each day as it comes. I ride the wave of life. I'm a lover, man. I just love to like give good energy and receive it, and I love to talk to people and just understand about them and the journey they're on and the life that they're living. And that's the kind of I'm in a flow state right now.
Good, man. Good. And it's funny because in the previous podcast that I did was speaking about like sitting in your purpose and living in your purpose, and sometimes the hardships remind you who you are, you get me? As tough as they are, and like, I guess like to touch on my own, like, yeah, we've all gone through stuff, you feel me? But some of my worst moments have probably been some of the most defining moments. And they've always brought me back to who I am, you get me? Whether it be like, I'm not committing enough time to my creative endeavors, you get me? Or I'm in a relationship, whether it be platonic or a friendship or a work relationship that I just shouldn't be in, you get me? Somehow, some way, that hardship always brings me straight back to me, you feel me? Like, and so yeah, I get it. What advice would you give to someone who's either been in similar situation to you or has gone through just like a generic hardship?
In terms of advice, yeah, it's a tough one, man. Again, I can only give like generic advice, but everyone's situation is so specific to themselves. What I did was I really just like thought about what I valued the most in my life, what I really wanted to be at the forefront. And it was definitely like just relationship making, or like being in a community where everyone is able to like carry themselves or carry each other when necessary. I think we've really drifted away from that, specifically in the West. Facts. If you go to communities in Africa, if you go to communities in South Asia, in Asia in general, the community is what raises the children. They raise each other when necessary, and I think we're so disenfranchised and so disillusioned and so separated. Like my neighbors, I try and speak to some of my neighbors, and none of them are even on it, you know. And then I got this woman across the road from me who's just always complaining about London's not the same anymore. And I'm just like, I don't want to swear, but I'm just like, woman.
Shut up.
Shut him out first of all, but also
she's not wrong. But equally, she's not wrong.
But she's part of the problem.
It's
changed because of you. But anyway, I digress. So I definitely think that advice would be, you have to really question what you want. Are you going to allow this scenario to define you, or are you going to accept it, take the cards you've dealt, and just go all in? Maybe sometimes in certain situations you shouldn't go all in. Maybe you're just like, okay, cool. This time I'm just gonna, give, what's it called? Bust or whatever it is, man. Just fold. I'm gonna fold the card and get the new deck. But me, I'm always, man, whatever cards I have, I'm all in all the time. Which is an extreme, I know, but I feel like I learn best from that, you know?
Yeah, and you learn quicker as well.
You learn quicker. And again, that's just me, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own method and what they're comfortable with. Me, I'm just like, yo, yes.
Do it.
Let's just do it.
What's the wildest thing you've done?
Man, that's a good question.
What's that one thing that you've just gone for? You just gone, I'm going to do it. And then been like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it.
All the time, man. Like investing in certain things or like crypto. I still do crypto.
I mean, don't sleep on it.
Oh, yeah, I'm onto crypto.
This is it, man.
But as in, like, I've lost loads of money.
Of course.
Because I'm just like,
this could be.
Jump on the trend.
It could be.
Do no research, but just jump on the trend. Fact, that's what I do. Like, I'll see something going up. I'm just like, yeah, let me buy that. And then I do no research. And then it's just like at its peak already. And then I buy it at the highest. And it just goes. Also, what I always wanted to live abroad, so I just moved to Spain.
Oh yeah, you was in Spain for a minute.
Oh man, I loved it there.
You was in Spain for
That's
a minute.
That's my domain, man. I'm a summer baby. So
honestly, same, bro. This.
Broski. Grey.
This is not it.
Greece.
What was that like? How long was you there for? Like over a year, right?
No, not at all, bro. Remember Brexit? I could only stay there for like four months.
I say sorry, like it weren't me, by the way. It wasn't.
I had to. My goal was, so I stayed in Valencia, so I live Valencia. Me encanta Valencia. Quiero vivir en España. So I went to.
Hispanic.
I'd love to go back to Spain and live there. My uncle migrated there from here. He's been there for like 15 years, but he lives in the mountains. Like, honestly, it's wonderful. It's so beautiful. I took my mum in May, actually. It was her first time going to see my uncle. It's really, really nice. But I'm obviously a city boy. And Valencia was the spot, man. I absolutely loved it. I moved... Oh, no, you don't know him. I moved with one guy I went to uni with, Taj.
Yeah, I saw him on your Instagram. I don't know him.
yeah, he's actually moved there now. So he's in a relationship with the girl we met there.
Sick.
And now they've bought a house there.
Oh.
So he's moving to Spain.
So what about Brexit for him?
So because she is a US national or something, or she has some sort of like residence visa, he's gonna come as like a partner on that or something.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so I'm so happy for them, mashallah. They bought a house there now, and I have a place to crash for free. Having said that though, I've made loads of friends there. And so I got multiple places, man, I can help. That's a beautiful thing, like I said, about meeting people and talking to people, man. I'm just so blessed that like I have this ability where I can just talk to people and we can form a genuine relationship, because I'm blessed again in that I always try, as in people can just tell it's just like a genuine thing. I'm not there for any ulterior motive. I won't get offended if you don't want to talk to me. Like another thing I learned from this whole condition is like nothing offends me.
Yeah.
Like it's very difficult to offend me.
Yeah.
Unless there's actual malice in what you're saying, you're never going to offend me. You can cuss the shit out of me. Sorry, can I swear? I don't know. You can cuss the shit out of me. I'm going to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because your words can do nothing to me.
So what do you think that shift was? Because like, a lot of people deal with like, self-consciousness, not to say that you're immune from it, but like self-consciousness, imposter syndrome, and so...
That's just me though. I'm talking externally. I have my own like battles I have to deal with. Imposter syndrome 100% all the time. And again, that's something I'd say maybe in the last 6 months to a year has subsided quite a lot. But for sure, bro, I'm looking at these jobs I wanted to apply for, 9-to-5 jobs. Yeah. Or like podcasting jobs, because obviously I produce. And I was freelance. And I was like, I'm looking at these jobs, I'm like, can I even do this? I'm an award-winning podcast producer, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course you can.
And then I'm looking, and then what really helps the imposter syndrome reduce is when I actually see the people that get hired for these roles. Man, my God, it's like they come straight from the zoo.
This is it. And it goes from imposter syndrome to like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah. How did you get this job? Bruv, you're incoherent and illiterate.
Yeah.
How are you getting this job, bruv, over me? Are you mad? But then but then you can't knock the hustle, because they just went in and were probably just confident what they can do.
Or delusional.
Bruv, delusion, man, you have to be delusional. There has to be a little bit of delusion just to get far. A little sprinkle Salt Bay of delusion on top, man. A little Salt Bay. A little bit of delusion.
I mean, given the state of affairs, man, like you need to be able to kind of like brush things off, and because everything's just so wild right now, man. Everything's just so wild. Like, and I mean, to be fair, I've seen you've been pretty vocal about the war in the Middle East. You get me? How do you balance dealing with life as it is? Not only your personal life, but then your life within the UK, and then also having like so much negative information from...
It's been tough, man. First of all, free Palestine. I have to say it always. Just to make sure it's not really a war, but what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not even a war,
conflict,
man. People use all these words.
These words, man.
It's made me realize, bro, there is no justice in this world. There is no justice in this world, man. Like, it's made me realize that I have to do what I can do physically. That is what can I possibly do myself to help? And unfortunately, it sucks because I can't do anything about what's going on in Palestine. What can I really do? I can raise my voice. I can educate other people. I can talk about it. But like in terms of like what can I actively do? It's tough to come to terms with, because I'm sitting here while like little youths are getting their limbs blown off, And, I talk as if this is blasé, but it's just, I shouldn't have the ability to talk like this.
Yeah.
But we've been subjected to such brainwashing and dehumanization of a collection of people that it seems like, it's normal, man. These guys deserve it. These little kids and innocent women deserve this stuff. So, it puts a bigger picture on what life really is. And then it goes back to like what you said about me and how I deal with things, bro. I'm lucky, man. I'm blessed. Yeah. We're blessed, bro. We can go to get a trim and have nice hair like yours. I always said if I had short hair, I'd do different colours like that. I always said that.
You could do your ends, bro. You could do your ends.
Nah, bro, man. I got that virgin hair, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Man's got that extra virgin hair, you know what I'm saying? So
I just can't get touched by no bleach.
Boy, no bleach is touching this. I've been offered loads of money for my hair.
I mean, I'm just saying, all right, when you're ready to trim your ends, let me know. I'll dye the tips and then we can trim it off.
Nah, because we can trim that off, yeah. I couldn't do tips, man. I'd love to do like silver or like purple. I always said if I had a shape, I've never had a shape up in my life,
Never?
Never had a shape up.
You never needed it though?
Bro, because when I was a youth, my parents didn't love me, man. They sent me to school with the deadest trims. I got a widow's peak, innit? You know what a widow's peak is? So the hairline ain't straight, it goes like a little V. Like but I used to get a 1 all over, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, like a
Oh.
kiwi. I look like a kiwi, bro. My parents did not love me, yeah. So I there's school pictures of me when I was with my phone, man. I'm gonna pull it up.
Pull it out,
There's
please.
pictures of me at school, yeah. And I look back and I'm like, yeah, my parents had no respect for me, man.
Oh. I'm so sorry. To be fair, yeah, that's not actually
I'm
that
cute
bad.
though, man.
That's actually not bad, you know, because
Oh, that's me, you know.
sometimes a natural hairline is better than a shape up on certain man's heads. Because sometimes like
You're gassing it. Relax,
I'm
bro.
not, bro. I mean,
You're telling me a
so
natural. Look at that hairline there, man. Oh my god,
trying to be
fam.
nice.
It looks like the number 3.
That's not level 1. That's definitely not level 1.
Oh, you know, that's grown out now. Yeah, that's grown out. That's like a 3, level 3.
Is that why you've like defiantly grown your hair now? Is it like a
Boy, it might
sign
be
of
some
rebellion?
internal repression,
Like,
bro.
I refuse. I'm gonna get him back.
Boy.
They'll never touch my hair again.
Honestly, I'd love to do what you do, man, with the hair and just like 1 month is match it with outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've wanted to dye my hair from like when I was 19, but similar to you, insecurities, worrying about what other people think, you get me to stop me.
Yeah, we always do that. Yeah. That looks sick.
And then now I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm like 30 something. Like, and before it all goes, I might as well.
Man said before it all goes, man.
I mean, it's gonna go at some point.
You never know. Nah, people have strong hairlines until their 60s.
Yeah, I mean, you get me. But I mean, I guess just to touch on like what you're talking about before about, you know, being privy to everything that's going on in the world. I firmly believe that like we were never built to have such an influx of information, and that isn't to take away the plight of the people. That isn't to say that that isn't an excuse to bury our heads in the sand, of course. But it's like I think the internet, as great as it is in some senses, has also brought this influx. Like you said, we've been brainwashed where
Too much.
There's very little good stuff online anymore, or at least stuff that's of positive news, or you know, or things that make you go, you know what, it's all right, you know. You get me? All we're getting is like this happened, and so what you tend to find is that after one situation has happened or is still happening, we're then distracted, you know, or presented with another situation, and then I don't know, you just get to the point by which, at least I've felt in the past, where I'm like, I can't cope with all of this.
Oh, you just become desensitized.
Yeah, and that's one of the I guess the consequences of it. You feel me?
It's just constant information overload, and you know, it's nuts because we're in the same generation in essence, bro. This was not growing up. We did not have this, bro. I was outside mashing up trees and like picking grass and making daisy chains for the girl I fancied. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing stuff like that. Yeah. The intricacy of trying to get your nail in the little stem of the daisy to feed the next one through. That was
where it was at.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, bro. Jumping in puddles and all that, man. And now, bro, I could have a nice evening in and spend 4 hours on my phone.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with me?
And it's like, and what you're being fed on your phone is crazy. When you think back to like growing up in the 90s, for example, like I don't feel like the news has necessarily got any worse, you know, because it was always the newspaper showing us negative stuff. You get me? There was never anything positive in the newspaper. It's just more of it. And it's just like, it's not waiting until the next day for the next batch of bad news. It's literally like, the moment we finish here, I'm going to go on my phone and see something that I probably don't want to see.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do you find that balance, bro? How do you find a balance?
The balance is difficult, man. The balance is difficult. Shall I tell you, real talk? I've got this app on my phone that locks off all those apps at 10 p.m. and it unlocks them at midday the next day.
Love that.
Having said that, it's annoying sometimes when I'm talking to people and arranging stuff on Instagram and then I can't check till 12.
Like, no!
I'm like, bruv, so I have to like open it early. But like, I try and like lock it off for like 14 hours in the day because there was points where obviously I work on it and stuff, and it's hard to get an actual gauge of how much leisure time I'm spending on these apps because I'm actually working on them as well. But bro, I was spending like 9-10 hours on my phone, bro. Like screen time was like 9-10 hours, 7 to 10 hours.
That's a shift, bro.
Broski, and what am I getting paid for that, man?
Right. Not yet.
Well, you are,
but
you know
like,
what I'm saying, bro. It's just like what the hell am I doing? So I was like, this is not sustainable. But also, like, I'm just killing my brain cells. Also, your subconscious, without you even realizing, you're learning stuff. You're picking things up, and then you find yourself like needing that little hit, like a little crackhead, and a little hit, bro. Yeah, little nits, bro. You're just like, Let me look at your Instagram.
Get that one heart.
Everyone's done it where you close the Instagram and then unlock your phone again and open it again within like 6 seconds.
And you have it. It's not even conscious. It's just like it's like habit. It's just.
It's like the 2010s version of like opening the fridge, looking in it, closing it, then opening it again, like straight away.
Something's gonna be different.
Something just appeared out of nowhere, bro.
Nope, it's the same thing, bro. I mean, I did something similar. I put my phone on. It automatically goes on Do Not Disturb from 10 p.m. till about 6, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Sick.
Which has helped a lot because it reminds my brain, okay, it's time to shut off. And I've changed my Instagram settings to be on sleep mode during the day. So I don't get any notifications on Instagram.
But my phone is perpetually on Do Not Disturb.
Good.
It's not good.
Well,
because I check my phone for no reason now.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. It's come to the point where I'm just checking to see if I got a message. So it's had a counterintuitive.
Yeah.
It's had like a negative impact.
So now you're fiending.
Yeah, because now I'm feeding it. I'm like,
I haven't had anything.
Where's my exit? Where's my next
Feed
message?
me. Interesting.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So then now I've had to like turn it off D&D. So I only try and check my phone when it vibrates.
So when you get... which is like rare. That's tough, man. It's so tough to strike a balance. So do you find yourself, as much as you're a content creator, do you find yourself consuming a lot of content as well?
Yeah, I do watch, but I tend to watch a lot of stuff when I'm doing things. So I spend a lot of time like when I'm... So I watch a lot of football YouTube creators, man. That's my like little like what's it called? The little naughty habit, no, the little
guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. That's the naughty habit.
Naughty habit, guilty pleasure. It's all the same.
My little guilty pleasure, naughty habit. You know, that's dodgy. That's something else.
I'm trying to get Vuj on here, bro.
I swear.
I'm trying to get Vuj on here. I saw him. I saw him on the train. First of all, he saw me. I'm gonna digress, but I'm gonna digress anyway because I really want to get him on the show. He gets on the same train as me quite frequently. And I always assumed that he had worked at the stadium because I live right next to Spurs Stadium. And so I never really, it's always a face that I'd seen, I'd recognized, but never really like the brain didn't fully register who it was. You feel me? And so my partner came back from Huddersfield about a month and a half ago. I was walking through King's Cross. And then I've got my head down. As I've looked up, this guy's walking towards me and he's already kind of like gone to say hi. So he's obviously already clocked me and gone to say hi. So he's like, smiled at me, done the Vuj, the Vuj thing. You feel me? And so I was like, you're right. So, because again, my brain is kind of like, I know who you are, but I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Get me? So I've got on my day and I saw my partner. I was like, some guy just randomly said hi to me in King's Cross. I don't know who it was, but he clearly knew me, but I don't know who it was. So got on my day. Literally 2 days later, I'd seen a post with him and 2 other guys who had classic memes back in the day. Then obviously they had like a before and after.
I saw that.
So I saw that post and I was like, oh, that's jokes. And I saw Vuj, but again, brain didn't clock. Got on with my day. And then a bit later on in the day, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed and then I think Link Up TV or maybe I'm Just Bait, maybe Hackney's Finest might have reposted a clip from Dose of Society that Vuj was in. And I was like, wait, that's the guy that said hi to me. So I messaged him. I was like, bro, did you say hi to me in King's Cross like a few days ago? And he was like, yeah, I didn't think you recognized me. I was like, oh my freaking days, bro.
He's blessed, man.
And then, we had a conversation and whatnot.
I've met him a few times, man. He's a good guy, man.
Honestly, man, he seems like good vibes.
He's just a blessed guy, man.
Just chill,
really
down
nice
to earth,
guy,
you get
man.
me? But he's always traveling the world and stuff. So
He's really good. Yeah, even Dose of Society, man. They started on Carnaby Street, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them, man.
Is that where they started?
Yeah, man, I met them both. When I worked at Size, that's when they started, 2017.
Sick.
And I met them both, and they're killing it, bro. They got like 6 million followers across socials.
It's good content though, man. It kind of goes back to what I was saying, like meaningful stuff, being able to go online and like see something that makes you think, okay, cool. Or something that's just genuinely honest about the struggle that we're going through right now. You go, state of the economy.
Boy, man, make your money and get out of England, man. That's my advice.
Bro?
Make your shmoney, get out of here.
Southeast Asia is calling me.
Bro, ski.
Southeast Asia is calling me.
Outside of Europe.
Well, yeah, anywhere but...
South America, Africa, Southeast Asia. That's just places to be, man.
Just anywhere but the West, bro. This is not... If
If
you can go anywhere, where would it be?
I'm going everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going everywhere. I said already. Yeah, I'm going everywhere. I'm gonna live in Africa for a bit. I want to visit every country in Africa. I haven't been to South America. That's the one continent I haven't been to. So I'd love to go there. And obviously my Spanish is to a decent level, so I'll be okay there. No, definitely South America. Because I'm in that wife hunting mode as well.
Yeah.
So I might find
It's that age now, innit?
a couple baddies out.
It's that.
No, mum, no. I need a wife material. So yeah, no, bro, it's such a weird stage to be in because, for my entire life, I've been afraid of settling down.
Really?
Terrified.
Why?
It's just been some sort of like complex or like some sort of like trauma I'm trying to get over. But only this year, sorry, in the past, obviously it's 2025 now, but only in the past maybe 6 months, probably less, have I been like, yo, I can do this, man. And it's always been, I suppose, insecurities with the whole money thing because I do the creative stuff. And for myself, I'm chilling. But as soon as you bring someone else into the picture or like a family, the notion of a family, it's like, yo,
like,
how is this going to work?
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm blessed that I've got like a wonderful siblings and my mum as well. And my brothers and I have been speaking for many, many years about starting a business and we just started one.
Sick.
And it's going all right, man. And it's really made me realize, yo, like this could be the thing that is going to allow me to travel because it's nothing's really that passive. But what it is it's like work really hard at the beginning and then it will kind of like automate itself and you can make money. So yeah, we're really looking into that and it's going well so far. And I'm like, yo, like this could be my thing. I can still do my creative stuff.
Yeah.
Make money off that if I need to. And then just have my wifey, go to the beach, raise my little ute in the sun, away from all this corruption in this part of the world.
Things are significantly cheaper in other parts of the world. So
bro,
it's like,
just nice people.
the bar isn't as high, you get me? So you don't need to strive to be making 200k a month, a year to, you know, to barely survive. You feel me? It's like you can still be a creative and find an avenue that makes you enough money and have a family and have your missus and have all the things you want. You get me? Like I don't doubt for a second.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, like you said, you got a partner as well, man. It must be nice. You know what it is, bro? It's just you want someone there that's just got your back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I will say it's and by the time this episode comes out, the episode with my partner would have come out anyway.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. To be fair, we didn't speak about our relationship. We spoke about his journey being a dentist, you get me, and obviously me being a creative as well. So, but that's part of our relationship, you know, part of the struggles of our relationship has been the fact that I'm a creative and there is an understanding that unless you have carved a very specific path as a creative, it's going to be very hard for you to even conceptualize things like kids and, you know, family and house and all these other things. But then again, like the way I see it is that if your image of house and family and kids is strictly within the UK, specifically London, then it doesn't really matter what path you're in. It's always going to be a struggle. Whereas if you move yourself out of there, then...
But even as close as Spain, you can live a much better life.
Bro,
when I was there, I'm just like, brother, the sun, number one, is...
invaluable,
Don't even
bro.
chat to me, man.
Invaluable.
I'm just going to get vexed, bro.
Like...
Just the sun makes a difference,
This is
bro.
it.
I was sitting there. I stayed there from June till September.
Best times. The best times.
Think I ever wore one of these? You think I ever wore one of
Yeah,
these?
see? Yeah.
Get me vexed,
Take me
man.
back.
Bro.
When you going back, bro?
Oh, so I was literally... So I just did like a campaign, which is for a retailer.
I mean, we're going to get onto that.
Oh, so... Well, basically, that's why I was going to go back to Spain. Because it's in the Spanish store.
Oh.
It's in the store, in Valencia store. Yeah.
Nice.
The images. So I was going to go back and look at that and simultaneously like meet all my friends from there.
Nice.
And like just take some videos in front of it and be like a little cheesy geek.
Sick. No, I mean, and rightfully so, man. Like sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, like commend yourself and get me on the things that you do well. I guess for context, you get me. What we're talking about is the Primark gig. We're talking about you modeling for Primark.
Yeah,
and
man.
I remember I met a model at an event maybe about a month ago with B2B Max, who was actually on the podcast as well. It's funny, after the podcast, we went to a random event, met this model, and she done a Primark gig as well. And she was like, oh, obviously it's not like the biggest gig. I was like, no, like, don't ever conflate like Primark's value to the consumer with, the idea of getting a job like that as a creative is completely different. It's major, bro.
Yeah, bro.
How did that come about?
It's like a global campaign, man. So
This is it.
it's in like 10, 12 different countries, like over 100 and something stores.
Sick.
So
How did that
yeah, it's
come
fun,
about?
man. But like I'm blessed, man. The last year has been really busy for the modelly stuff. I've never ever taken it seriously because it's weird. Like you said, you got to own it. But I've always found it weird, like calling myself a model.
But I will say that the industry's changed. The models that we grew up on, the industry, to be called a model, you had to be a certain thing.
Yeah.
Whereas now,
Everyone's calling themselves a model.
You get me? And
I still don't call myself a model. I'm sorry, I do shoots with brands.
Yeah, which makes you a model.
Yeah.
But like again, like the idea of a model is like, I wouldn't say, oh yeah, he's a model, but yeah, he models. You get me? Because
I get you. Yeah,
it makes sense. You got the long hair, the extra virgin. It's the extra virgin.
Anyone give me a bag?
Come on. Trying to find a missus.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. No, but in essence, so Primark. I've worked with a brand called Unhidden for a long, long time now. I was on the first ever shoot. The designer is called Victoria, and she designs adaptive clothing for people, just in essence. Because when you go to the high street, everything's like one size fits all, right? Yep. And there's times when it just doesn't work. If you have like certain medical needs, or if you have certain accessibility needs, or if you're like hands aren't as dexterous as other people and you need like specific types of zips. So Primark they've done a really good job in terms of like being the first major high street retailer to have released this collection. It's like a 50-piece collection.
Sick.
And so I was in the campaign for that, which yesterday I went to, was it yesterday? Potentially, I can't remember. Yesterday or the day before, I went to the that was yesterday. I went to the soft launch.
Nice.
So they released all the collection was there for everybody to visit, and they had like influencers. I hate that word, but they had people, social media people, and all that. And I was actually working. I was modeling there as well, so I was getting paid. But then it's just it's so surreal. But you know what it is, bro? It's just how it's going to impact positively.
Yeah.
How many people are going to be felt like included, which for me is like such a wonderful, altruistic kind of vibe to be on, because I've always just wanted to be a person that enables others to like feel good. You know, like what a wonderful position to be in if you can be that person that like puts a smile on someone else's face, right?
Yeah.
That for me is like one of my MOs in just life, man. If I can just like put a smile on someone's face, but not like a superficial smile, like something that's actually genuine or like meaningful, that means something to them. Bro, man, my life's complete, man. That is the most valuable thing to me, bro. Money don't mean, like, money comes and goes, bro.
Facts.
But like making another human feel good about themselves, there's nothing better than that, bro, man, honestly.
I mean, the Primark gig, it feels very on brand for you. It just feels perfect, you get me? Just in terms of like the message behind it, you know, especially with your disability not being as visible as well. It's like,
how you calling me disabled, man?
I'm sorry, bro. No, I'm cancelled. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's really...
I don't identify as disabled.
I don't identify as disabled.
Nah, but I am technically. Yeah.
You get me? Technically speaking, however you want to define it.
I'm sorry. I've just
really though.
Yeah, I'm disabled. Yeah.
So you got freedom pass on that.
Bro, I'm not 65.
What do you get? What do you like? What do you get? I'm trying to
freedom pass when you're like 65, brother.
So what do you get?
So you get like a blue badge and stuff.
I wear a blue badge.
Well, I technically don't have one. To be honest, I haven't really explored it because, like I said, I don't have a visible disability. And it doesn't affect me to the point where like I'm in excruciating pain every day. So it's just something that's at the back of my mind. And due to that, I haven't really like explored when I first got diagnosed and I was at uni at Brunel, brother, the disability service nice me, man. I got an iMac,
yeah.
I got a printer, I got a little mini fridge, I got like a library allowance. Yeah, I got counselling.
I mean, you can't put a price on your health, of course, but I mean,
if
we're going to be here, then
give me everything.
If we're going to be
tick all them boxes.
But this is what I'm saying though, like especially if there's one thing I will say about the UK is that we're very big on a tick box. You get me? And so
disabled brown, brother.
Sir, milk this before you leave. Milk this country.
That cow's getting milked, bro.
Milk it, because you get me. Again, you can't put a price on your health, but like if you're gonna be here,
if I'm here, man. Yeah. So yeah.
Milk the cow.
Yeah, milk the cow.
Milk the cow, man. Milk the
full fat
British cow. Full fat milk.
Organic.
Blue top.
Bro.
What has been the most fulfilling creative job you've done so far?
Oh man, I know the answer so easy.
Really?
Yeah, so easy, bro. I already know. So I produce podcasts. So I worked with a charity that helps assimilate young refugees into the UK, and we made a podcast about their favorite place. And I had the privilege of working with these like 16 to 18 year olds who had come to this country. English is their second language, and they spoke about like their favorite place, and like it was just the most fulfilling, heartwarming, beautiful experience, like giving the platform to these like young people to express themselves. And man, I listen to that podcast sometimes and I'm like, yo, this is so sick. And I feel bad because Actually, no, not feel bad. I'm upset that the podcast wasn't like utilized as much as I wanted it to be, because the charity just didn't really do much with it or whatever. But that for sure is like my favorite, most like valuable piece of work to me, because I gave a platform and a voice to people that tend to be like overshadowed or like swept under the carpet or swept under the rug, who have probably like escaped persecution. I'm not gonna say where it's all instigated from, but yeah, they've come to this country and they're just trying to fit in and like build a life for themselves. And yeah, man, like that's such an easy question to answer, because it was just, I was privileged to be in a room with these young people, man. I was the lucky one, not even them, man.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes, man. And I think like, I guess the blessing with a podcast is that it never really dies, you know. So even if it hasn't quite got the light or the time of day that you think it deserved, it can always come back. You get me? Like the file's there, bro.
I got it, man.
You get me? The file's
I
there.
got that file, man.
Good. How is the podcast going?
Podcasting is cool, bro. Again, I worked at Vice for 2 years, and that's where I started the podcasting properly. That's where we won like Podcast of the Year. And that was, again, working with young people, and that kind of like cemented my life MO, which is like give a platform to people to express themselves. Everyone has something to say.
Yeah. Everyone
has something to say.
Yeah.
It's just about giving them the opportunity to do so, handing them the microphone. And that's why we're here today.
Sure.
You know, and so that project in itself was like really hit home for me, because it was working with young people from my area, because it was in collaboration with the London Borough of Culture.
You're Brent.
I'm Brent, exactly. I think Waltham Forest was the first one, then Brent, and then I think it was Lewisham, Croydon, or something like that.
Sick.
And so, yeah, just like working with young people from my area where I grew up in, giving them opportunity that I never had, and being the kind of like the anchor or the pivot for them to like go into rooms and be like, rah, man, I can do this, man. I can be here, man. I belong here, you know? Yeah. So that kicked it off. And then, from then on, I was just like do freelancing. I was editing a lot. I was recording a lot. Now it's not as prevalent, which I'm fine with, because I'm really focusing more on like the modeling stuff and my own business and creating my own things. So I'm working with a videographer at the moment, and I'm just making my own series, bro.
Do it.
I filmed 2 episodes. I'm filming 2 more, one on the 30th, one on the 5th of Feb. And yeah, bro.
Bro, honestly, that excites me. Just because, like, not to say that other people shouldn't. What word this?
I'm just investing in myself.
Yeah,
before you
man.
Continue.
This is it, man.
That's the main thing. Like you're doing with this place.
Yeah,
bro. You got to. I'm at that age now. I'm like, bro, I'm making money, but what am I spending it on? Bro, I'm just gonna pay this videographer. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it out there.
Yeah.
And the potential outweighs the initial cost.
Of course.
Every single
money would have
day
went anyway.
Like even your thing, I saw they got like 1 million views on one of your clips.
Yeah. I didn't anticipate that at all, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't anticipate that at all. And ironically, it was like that was one of the clips that I didn't think would.
It's always like that, innit?
You know, you didn't think it would resonate with people, and the thing that you think, oh, this is gonna be the one that's gonna, you know, and then it doesn't. Like, yeah, man, like you say, man, the risk outweighs the reward outweighs the risk every single time, bro. And
we have to invest in ourselves, man.
Especially where like some of us. Obviously, I've kind of seen your journey for the past like 6-7 years. How old am I? Long enough, you get me, to kind of see that a lot of us don't stand the test of time as creatives. You feel me? And yes, sometimes you have to be a model and you have to be an entrepreneur and a content creator and this, that, and the other. But yeah, there's very few of us who've managed to last this long. And so there comes a point by which you have to go, you know what? Doing the flipping podcast.
And here we are, bro.
Doing this series.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you're doing it, man. This is sick,
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Come on,
honestly,
this is going to be
like 1 million views. You get me?
Minimum. Click the like.
You get me?
I'm saying.
Subscribe.
Comment.
Has there ever been a situation where you haven't got a job or you've had to turn down a job due to your condition?
Not my condition. My first ever shoot I did was with Rimmel. And they found me through Facebook. And I was terrified because it was not even a year after my surgery. And I was scared because I was like, yo, what if they asked me to take my top off and I got this like bag there?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was going into it really nervous. But after that, there's no job because of my condition I've had to turn down, but more so because of like my moral compass. I've actually like not done jobs.
Sick, like
I've gone to a shoot and I've had to leave, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mostly like pharmaceutical companies I won't do.
Yeah.
Betting companies I won't do.
Yeah.
Gambling, alcohol companies I won't do. And then also like, so there was one shoot I did where they asked me to like promote like a health product. I'd never taken it. And obviously specifically me with the condition I have, and I made a lot of YouTube videos at the start of my surgery,
Yeah, I
and a lot of
remember
people watched it.
documenting it.
Yeah. And so if I was to like promote something and
It's not
like
tea.
it's not right, or I've never taken it myself, I just believe in authenticity, and I believe in like, you know, our word is our most powerful commodity, and I always try and, you know, maintain that. And so if I'm chatting shit about something I've never taken, for me the bag ain't that important, man.
Yeah.
Conscience over cash, morals over money.
I hear that.
That's what I always say, man.
I'm actually gonna clip that. 'Cause
Conscience over cash, morals over money. And trust me, man, when I've seen some of these figures, I get why people do stuff, you know.
Of course, man. Of
If you-
course.
So you might be in an unfortunate situation. You might not have a family that has a family house like I do, and be lucky enough, like I don't have to pay. I pay rent, but as in like ain't like two
private.
bags a
Yeah,
month,
yeah,
or
yeah, it's not
like
private rent.
I don't have to like do certain things. Like again, I'm not here to judge anybody, but you always have a choice. That's what I say. You always have a choice. And it really depends on what your legacy, what you want to have, or the impact that this certain thing is going to have on other people, you know. And I never want to dupe anyone. I would never like lie to people for money, for monetary gain. That for me, that doesn't make sense. You know, everyone, it sounds so cheesy and so cliche, but like, why would I lie to other humans? You know what I'm saying? For what? A bit of a bag. I'm not a scumbag.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a scumbag.
It's not worth it.
I'll make it legit, and if I'm broke, I'll be broke with everybody else, and we'll make it together, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to step on someone else's back to make money myself and then watch everyone else fail, man. You know, I'm blessed that I was never raised like that, you know? And I'm grateful for the job my family did, and I suppose life in general has done to put me in this kind of mentality. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. Of course not. I have flaws.
Of course,
I can be annoying sometimes. I'm sure my siblings can definitely vouch for that. And again, because I'm quite impulsive, that can not always be a positive thing, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes people need a bit of consistency and a bit of like regulation to certain things, especially if I want to sit down or be in a relationship, you know? So I'm definitely, excuse me, I'm definitely trying to maybe reach a balance like that. Balance. You know what I'm saying? Balance. But yeah, we're good for now.
Good, man. Good. And I mean, listen, similar to you, I completely understand why sometimes people do things for the bag. But more often than not, I've always seen it not quite turn out too good, personally. Just because, like you say, yeah, you got the bag. Now what? Okay, that one check that they paid you, what, 5K, 10K to promote this brand that, you know, you're going to now say, like you say, dupe a whole audience who have learned to trust you and understand who you are. And I guess in some senses confide in you, you know, for looking for advice and stuff. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I've had to question my own moral compass sometimes. Not that I've ever done anything like especially not for monetary gain, that's questionable. But it's like sometimes you don't know where your line is until you're presented with the opportunity. You feel me? So like sometimes like when I'm looking at perhaps like wanting to do like certain reality TV shows, it's like, okay, so what? As much as I'm built for it, where's the line? And cool, like what reality shows would I do? And if I was to get on those shows, how far would I go? You get me? Like, what am I willing to compromise on?
100% agree. Because I've been asked to do loads of, bro, I've been asked to be naked in traction about 10 times.
Come on, man.
Because I got my stoma bag.
Come on, man.
I was like, what is this show? On the like 8th time, I was like, let me actually watch this show and see what it is. Brother, I can't believe what people do for money, man.
But I don't even,
I'm seeing parents and grandparents on that show with things hanging out.
It doesn't even look like it. It doesn't even, the production value doesn't look like it's money even worth. It doesn't even look like it's big
it looks
money,
like they give him like a 2 for 2 from Sam's. And
basically,
then just like,
bro, it's like, there you go.
It's horrible, man.
Like
so yeah,
£500 gift vouchers.
I've been asked to be on The Circle and bruv, Traitors, all of this stuff, and I never did it because I was like, is it for me? But I think eventually that's the avenue I definitely want to go down. Similar to you, but I'm just trying to, like you said, I'm just trying to find the right one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I could do Traitors. Traitors, Big Brother. I definitely wanted to do The Circle.
Oh yeah, I got asked to be on that as well.
It's funny enough, when I went to apply, that's when they stopped commissioning it in the UK. So they only do it in the States now, which is annoying.
What?
Yeah, they don't do Circle no more. So dead. It was such a good series as well. Such a good show.
That was a good one.
But yeah, similar to you, man. I'm if and when that time comes, because it's definitely something I think is the next, feels like it's what makes sense in terms of like the platform that I have and trying to grow that and putting myself in a position where I'm able to communicate with people the way that I know best. Reality TV feels like the right thing, but yeah, man, there's gonna be some questions, bro, that have to be You have to question yourself, bro. You have to question yourself. Do you think that more can be done for disability visibility?
Bro,
And if so,
love that.
What?
100%, bro. 100%. And I think that's visibility for the unknown in general, man, not just disabilities. I think just acceptance, or like people willing to learn and just accept. Like anyone who's disabled, man, they just want to be treated like everybody else.
Yeah.
So if you see someone in a wheelchair, they don't want to be like patted on the head or helped. They want you to cuss them and say, like, if they got. Whenever I see people or my friends with wheelchairs and they drink alcohol, I always ask them, "Can you drink and drive?" That's the first thing I say. You like to drink and drive.
It's funny because some people say, "Oh, that's insensitive. You can't say that."
Bro,
but it's
shut
like,
your mouth, man. Up. We're not soft like
you. Get
you,
me?
man.
Like they want to be treated like a
they
human
want to be
being.
treated like a normal person, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Straight
Like
up.
I respect people more when they make fun of me.
Yeah.
Because
Like
on that level, yeah.
Like sympathy. It's not like,
bro, I don't want sympathy. Like make fun of me because number one, I want to see how funny you are. Because if you're funny, I respect you more. Because like I said, nothing phases me. Yeah. So if you go in and I'm like, okay, your flowers. Because most people stay vanilla in it. Whereas me, I'm quite bad in it. Like even when I first meet people, I go ham. Like some people, I feel actually quite bad afterwards. Like when I go home and like think about my day, I'm just like, yo, should I have said that? Because again, not everyone is like me.
Yeah.
So they might actually take it a bit more personally. So that's something I've been working on as well. But I think most people know it's come from like a place of love.
I mean,
like affection.
You're everything outside of like. I mean, I haven't been grilled by you, to be fair, yet.
Yeah.
But everything outside. I said it's coming. Everything outside of
Tash
that.
hosts roast sessions.
I would love
if you ever hosted a roast session, everyone's getting sprayed.
I'm gonna shout you.
Everyone's getting sprayed.
Should you do a Tash roast?
Bruv. Oh, brother, you don't want to do that, man. Do it.
You know what? I'll
do it. Do a Tash roast.
I'll do it, and I will holler like 5 or 6
at the end of season 1 or 2 of this.
Yeah.
When you've got like your platform has grown, host a roast.
The roast of Tash. I'll come
for free
because I love
it, yeah.
I love a good comedy fest, a good banter, and as much as I can be sensitive at times, it's for charity.
Yeah, it's for charity, man.
We do it for charity.
Yeah.
We do it for charity.
He's gonna regret this.
We do it for charity. So what would be your dream job? Or like dream campaign? It doesn't have to be like a long term.
My dream job, what, modeling job or like in general?
Anything that's associated to you, like whether it be like a
I
creative
would
in general.
love to have my own like charity where I'm able just to, man, there's so many kids out there just don't have the opportunities that we have, you know.
Yeah, man.
I just want to give everyone the platform to be able to express themselves and tell a story or just have clean water, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell, man?
Minimum.
Like, so that's definitely something I'd love to do, like long term, just travel and help people. Like Mr. Beast vibe.
Yeah.
Because he's got like his philanthropy channel where he goes and like he plays surgery for like 2,000 people like in Somalia to have like eye surgery.
The blind seeing and whatnot.
Yeah, like so that kind of stuff I'd love to do. That definitely resonates with me a lot. So that's something I'd love to do. I'd love to own a hostel.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that is one of my favorite places to be when I go traveling, hostels, when I was younger specifically. Because it's like a crossroads for so many different people. And you meet so many people. And I've made so many friends. And just,
I haven't
like I said,
traveling yet, bro.
Broski, my first ever time I went traveling on my own. The first time I ever went traveling on my own, I did a 3-pronged trip. So I went to Switzerland, I went to Portugal, then I went to Spain. And I stayed in hostels for the first time. I had the best time ever. The best time ever.
It's crazy because I've always, I don't know, man, I'm a guy of creature comforts.
Yeah.
And so I've stayed in a hostel before, but I've always been a bit wary about like wanting to be surrounded by my comfortable things. You feel me?
I hear you.
But I also very much understand from every single person who's been traveling has told me like hostels is where you meet people. Sometimes you meet lifelong friends. You meet people that have interests and stories. Yeah.
For me, it's just like, as long as the bathroom's clean.
Yeah, see,
I'm right, bro.
This is it.
Clean toilets.
And usually with hostels,
nah, bro, there's some, a lot of them are good.
Yeah,
like the one I went to in Lisbon, man, it was a sick bathroom, bro.
Yeah,
it was top tier.
To be fair, I don't really care where I'm sleeping too tough, bro. Bed's a bed, you get me. Bro. But like, yeah, for me, like, it's
bathroom has to be crisp.
Bathroom and toilet, like, I beg, please.
So that was good, man. Yeah. So that's why I'd love to own a hostel, man.
Yeah.
Because I can be a place where like so many people connect.
Yeah. And have clean bathroom and toilets.
Bathroom, yeah. You have to pay extra for that.
It's bad. For charity.
Yeah.
What does success look like for you now?
Success for me is being healthy. Health.
Yeah, man.
Healthy, that's it. I can't help anybody. I can't do anything unless I'm healthy. So, but success is so like subjective. You know, for you and I, it's two different things. Success for me. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. It used to be fully monetary, you know. Success used to be like, I need to get famous on social media. Bruv, success for me is when I die, I would have helped as many people as physically possible.
Sick.
That's my success to me, man.
Sick.
And then people will have nice things to say about me because I tried to help them as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's legacy. That's real legacy.
You're already doing it, bro. You're already doing it, man.
When people talk about like my granddad on my dad's side and like people talk to him in such glowing terms, that's legacy, man. When people talk about you in a good light after you've left this world, and you know maybe it's my ego, maybe I don't know what it is. Who knows what it is? But you know, all I know is I just want to be able to connect to people and be genuine and be authentic, which I try to do every day.
You are, bro. Like you are.
And just be a good vibe and just help people, man. That's the goal, man. Help people. That's it. That's what we should do as humans, man.
Facts.
We're so selfish. You know, we're selfless creatures by nature, but being in these environments in this capitalist slum,
it just breeds.
Brother,
like
it just breeds me. Especially everyone's got tunnel vision in big cities like this, man.
Yeah, bro. It's London specifically, bro.
Everyone's like this.
And it's mad because if you just widen your gaze a bit more, you actually get a lot further.
Bro,
so it's like
you're
choosing to struggle alone as opposed to, you know, sharing the load and getting further quicker. But I don't know, man. That's another reason why I need to kind of get out of it for a bit, man. I just need to just...
Bro, I implore everybody at some point in your life, do a solo travel.
Yeah.
Honestly, it will change your perspective on everything. You know, and I've done multiple since then, man. Not only a solo travel, but live for an extended period in another country.
Just to reset, man, and
bro,
recalibrate.
Live, just learn stuff. Learn about other people. Be outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Why do we need to remain comfortable? The world is
this isn't
big.
Comfortable, bro.
Brother,
this is not comfortable.
This is not comfy, man.
This is not comfy. It's just familiar, that's all. It's not comfy at all, bro.
Perfect terminology. It was familiar.
It's just familiar, like, and it's...
Bro, sooner or later, we're going to have to pay for tokens to breathe.
Like, bro...
It's a joke.
It's getting out of hand, bro. I got one last question for you, and it's a question I ask every single person that comes to this podcast. The question is, if there's one thing you want the world to know about you, what would it be? If you can stand on top of a mountain and let them know one thing that's true to you that you want them to know, what would it be?
The consistency of my poo is like porridge.
Thank you guys for joining us today on TashTalk. Thank you, Moeed.
Thank you, Tash, for having me.
You know what? If you want, that'll be it.
No, I can do it properly.
If you want.
No, that's funny, man. Yeah, that's a good thing to know.
Oh, well, there
you go, man. Ain't dry like yours. Porridge. It means I'm not dehydrated.
I hear that. Drink water.
Electrolytes.
No.
Your best friend.
It's mad, yeah. The reason why that sent me is because I've asked that question so many times, and obviously when people...
Everyone's trying to be profound.
Well, not even. It's like, because it usually hits people so deep that like... Sometimes I spend like 2-3 minutes in silence in this room. And obviously on the final cut, you never see that. But sometimes I spend like at least 2 or 3 minutes in silence with someone.
And they're
trying to rack their brain, you know, trying to really, you know, because it's not very often like you get asked like to expose yourself that way. But as someone who doesn't really care to be exposed, well done, sir. Well done.
I like to expose myself.
Naked attraction.
Stuck for the line, never.
Naked attraction.
Not like that, man. Oh my God, that is a monstrosity of a TV show. Who commissioned that?
I don't know.
What pervert weirdo commissioned that show, man?
Someone's paying for it. Ain't me. Boy. Bro, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, man. No, right hand.
Appreciate
destroying the set.
Appreciate you coming on,
Big
bro.
Up people, man. Respect.
And we definitely need to link up like outside of this
bro, let's do it, man.
And chop it. And yeah, when your hostel's ready,
boy.
And when the roast is ready, I'm gonna call you.
Boy, make sure it's on a Sunday, man, because that roast's getting roasted.
And thank you for joining. And please make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, then this can't run. So Till next time.